All right, we're up. I had to go through a lot, and I'm sweating just from the last email that I wrote, which I will post next. This is the adrenaline that popped up, and how the first time I know, oh man, my body's going through something. This has happened repeatedly when I tell people, do you see that I'm sweating? Do you see this? Do you see that my eyes are tearing, and yet I'm speaking to you in this voice? Though that's the adrenaline, the biological response, which I have to now attend to. So this was caused by an email that I just wrote for the board of directors. Sorry, saying that there's the property manager, and maybe that explains why the cleaning thing is a problem. Am I on the board or not? Because that's the next video that I'm going to do. Because these are the and so why these are their concerns were my concerns, and that's why when the board lies, that's my trigger. Thank you for helping me fine tune it. Bye. The first step in removing triggers is actually putting your words out there and saying all the questions you have. Like, wait a minute, am I still on the board or not? I didn't get a response, but it is in the, are those going to be responded to or not? Also, the vote here was taken advantage of. I went through the situation because I was there every single time until I started triggering, because the mentions of the budget and residents saying, hey guys, I'm still confused about the money issue, covers up their voice. This is the first step in removing and my body's triggers. Going through something. I'm sweating, shaking. I feel like my voice coming up again. And because of access and to it's the because of the fear of time is all they know. No, need to do is not respond. But I said it. It hasn't. My building is not safe. Now they just openly lie. But maybe this was the point and why it got so bad. From the beginning, people have said it's so bad. So is this an improvement? I don't know. It's a cover-up for sure. So I'm just going to share it. And I don't know. It's the only way to end PTSD. It's prolonged exposure therapy done with digital means. So this is already the most effective treatment told to me by RIC. And I said, well, okay, so there are treatments. Why don't you guys do that? And they had no answer. So this is about answering their questions that I kind of asking. But the reality is I'm in shock because it keeps happening. This is SmartyMC with SmarterThanTrauma lesson sessions and confessions, and how to end the acute biological symptoms of PTSD related to self-harm, harm of others, and suicide. The experiences that I've had since 2012 under the new administration of Elias Estrada at Elcott College Prep, that just got a new name slapped on it one day because he realized he could not work with these teachers. They were not willing to do the work. And a curriculum costs so much money. The buy-in had to be with the parents. So what's easiest is just slap a name on it. Stop the lottery. Redo the school and make it beautiful. Kids from all over and kids with special needs. And make sure you... So they did the right thing as soon as the legalities were dismissed or done with. And yet, that's the whole point. I learned what they absolutely do and why. The policy has to change. The only way to support my students with special needs and to stop the bystander in this building is to share. All right? I'm doing my methodology live. I've done it for 6, 7, 8 years. I don't know. I cannot count very well. And but I'm going to have to relive what this person did. And the only way he lived here is truly up. So that's it. Buying a house. This is the worst because he never had to be in my house. Never had to bring in this bad energy into this space. Or is that someone else? Am I on the board? There's no way I'm going to let their words overtake my words of yes, I can do this. So I thought I'm going to watch the behavior of somebody who whatever had wanted to get together, tell me you're my friend, you're one of the good. And this is somebody who I connected to and education to some books and tea. And then I think he started taking it to me more. Sorry, this rose up in a moment. You don't want friendship, then okay, don't come back with me as your friend. So they're all I needed as well, quite frankly. Thanks.
I want to be told, hey, don't do that. So that's it. Okay, bye. And they want to just share. It was my fault. When I
accept.
Said, nope, it's
my
just
working
really
memory is a little off.
Women and all this
it does affect my functionality and ability to get out of my house every day because it's so much effort and time.
Are we good?
Building a routine is really hard.
Always coming back with something. Various things, because he knew I still needed my piano.
During COVID, you had to sign in every day. And that's what got me back on my email. Because of...
And it took us how many months to find the right strain. And that's why this is no longer a brain drain. I need to know who to trust. That's it. That's why. In the moment, I will say, "Hey, don't. Is that what you meant?" And if you can't explain it or can't adequately put my mind at ease that you're not a big fat liar or someone who can literally change your narrative in the moment, then don't expect me to give you a second chance. Okay? And this person had multiple chances because I kept saying, "Is that what you meant?
Why did it stop? Could I have done something to make it stop?" And that's the crux of everything. There are things you can do to make it stop. And what you can do to make it stop. I left. No, I did not leave it on. Thank God. I I thought I left my burners on last night. No, I did not. All right, we're baking cookies today. And we have a board meeting at 6 p.m. And I'm freaking out. But I do have my timing back. I do have numbers back. I will make my deadline because the board of directors terrorized me because I said, I'm terrified. And everyone just sat there. Come on, people. This isn't going to be over when I'm off the board. And the words of Peter Halston were, yes, friends will help out friends. I finally got him to agree with one thing. Great. So can you show me who works here? Because I'm coming from a neighborhood of violence, assault. And I've not been out of my home except for appointments. And when I came down, there's all these new people. And the first person I recognized was like a high school kid. Who are you? Jamal?
All right, so this is
Jamal,
your intro
the
to
mayor?
flow, meaning I'm going to
Jamal?
try to do some poetry.
Jerry? Jared? Devin? Whatever your name is. You weren't there one day, and I wondered what happened to him.
Outdoors, because that's
He stole
safest.
stuff from the building.
And then the
correct?
anticipation of
Who are
going
these people
back
that were
home
hired?
should be greatest.
Didn't he
So I'm
steal
really
things
trying to
from the
flip
building?
that emotional
Isn't
issue
that why he left?
with the
Where's
past
his
and the
paperwork?
present, et cetera, et
Where's
cetera.
his
I gotta
paperwork?
write
Because you
another
hired
stupid
your
flow.
friend.
When
People
I
don't know how to be right,
but maybe they
I
just
just haven't taught. So
one time only.
Let's pick up where we left off.
8 a.m. and
My
2
body
p.m.
is.
You guys clean? No, you don't. I don't
Let's
see
just
anyone
say,
clean. The
my
bull,
nerves are up.
the dust bunnies are really
It got to
obvious.
flow.
I'm being lied to.
The more important.
Every day I go to the gym, something
Whew,
healthy
I have no pain.
to
I'm in a
dampen the
survivor
property
mode.
management location.
I unfortunately freeze,
So
not
when was
fight
this? Today
or
is July
flee.
27th.
But I do
This was
believe
supposed
I
to
can
be
change my
uploaded
biology.
the 19th or
Thank
18th.
you.
So I'm way behind. How many days is that? Let's do math. 19, 20th, plus 7. 9 days. 9 days ago. Motherfucker. And here she is. Found her.
It's gonna be dirty.
There it is. Season 1 ending. Wouldn't download the
Gave
full
consent.
hour. So yeah,
Last
because
client.
that's COVID.
They got
the
me out of
stress
advocacy.
COVID.
But
Hi
it wasn't
guys.
just him. It was multiple people. Why? It's not effective. The data suggests do something different.
everything.
Well, what's that? That's why I say anger, greed, lust, shame, and fear. All y'all guys kicked you out of
I
here.
think what the president
It only
needs to do
took
is,
5
frankly, put his
people.
big boy pants on.
5 people.
He needs to acknowledge the fact
Several
that he
of
lost,
them
and he needs
known
to
through
congratulate
previous
the winner,
capacities
just as Jimmy
through
Carter
a work
did, just as
sense.
George H.W. Bush
So
did,
these aren't
and frankly, just as
strangers.
Al Gore did. And stop
And
this
then
and let us move forward as a country.
miraculously, like I said,
Yeah, shoulder shrug and all.
open mic.
So all those
done
individuals
right.
who said what they wanted to
Because
say,
I was getting back
and who
the
think that
teacher
they can
stuff,
just stop the
dampening it.
conversation,
So 5
disappear
months
from
out of the
emails,
year.
and throw legalese at me.
That's why there's a theme to 5 months. Which holidays you think
People
I'm gonna
demand a
do?
certain level of
Every year
professionalism,
changes.
honesty, and
Party.
transparency. Otherwise, I can't make a decision, and I certainly am not going to believe anything that you say. I got my words back, possibly today, because I had one great doctor who validated, listened, did their job. And yet there was one clerical paperwork mistake, easily fixable. I'll call them on Monday and pick it up same day. And I expect them to do that. It's literally that simple. Thank you.
It's time to go hardcore.
Tuesday at 11. Video. Ooh, my screen be dirty. Season 1 ending. Wouldn't download the full hour. So yeah, because that's COVID, the stress of COVID. Hi guys. So from when I started going to the gym to February, the closed meeting when they yelled, and I still did my process, said, do you want to see the bull crap? 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. You guys clean? No, you don't. I don't see anyone cleaning. The dust bunnies are really obvious, so I'm being lied to. Every day I go to the gym, something healthy to dampen the property management location. No. So when was this? Today is July 27th. This was supposed to be uploaded.
Hi, sorry to do a voice memo, but this is my methodology. I don't know if you were in the meeting last week. I don't know if you're the one that said, good welcome or nice warm welcome, but you did hear the mocking, the glee in voice. So I feel like if you are on the board, then you should address this issue, since I wasn't going to bring up discrimination, but you did. And absolutely, I have a discrimination case because of the behaviors and issues. It started with the gym. So I really appreciate you reaching out, because when the residents do show up, it actually really helps the board members, because the board members weren't really attending for a long time. So this story is coming out because your issues on the board is drug use of the staff, theft in the mailroom, and access to the building, as well as missing money, which started with the $50,000 playground, which gets moved to other things. Now, if the board wants to move that stuff around, that's fine, but they have to be open to it. The vote and also the vote. I do share my story publicly, and I'm at the point now, because you're a board member, and I don't think I'm on the board anymore. It's very hard to know. Because all of that was PTSD. Because like I said, this is part of the problem. In the board meetings. That's not how I typically behave, but when adrenaline pops up, I absolutely have to get it out. It's not about a warm welcome, it's about, hey, transparency, and also the building group gets about paid this, and he agrees 4% increase every year, non-negotiable. So I'm glad that we're back. But they had a property manager that was here managing 17 properties when we should have a full-time property manager. So they're stealing time. I've caught Amelia not here on the times that she said she'd be here, or didn't. And the staff's bystander on the board was talking about your position. Is that you? If you are the one that said warm welcome abuse, you can say that wasn't you, or you heard it, but I would like a response to that decision, to share my private writing and triggers. When I'm very clear about my triggers. Your voice, but don't always email or let them know. You don't have to. Lying on paper and contradictions. You can surprise them. The first one was that we had to save everyone money. Absolutely surprise them. Because the association fees were too high. Your voice will survive. Do not forget. The right vendors. I'm putting this out here today because it's happening again. But I don't think so. I think they're just. I don't know how many times it's going to happen today, because the board meeting is today. Which is fine. And there's a board vacancy. But they had to first remove some staff. Am I the board vacancy, or maybe it's the president? September 2020. They're slowly removing themselves so they can delete all their emails too. But that's not how PTSD works. I don't know. I'm going to be at the meeting today. I'm going to bring up the situation. And my brain, no surprises, or not, is super smart. And if you are part of the board, there's some things that you don't understand that will come up again. Do I choose ignorance, or do I choose the knowledge? And I'm also sharing my recovery story. And the board of directors. All right. So this does not go to the new board of directors person, but it does go out into the universe. I am logging into my computer after the first time in many, many times. After many, many times of not being able to. Long time ago. Two things at once. That's why I'm not able to talk as I type. Long time ago, there was a land. A long time ago, there was a time when you didn't have passwords on things. When it's my favorite. And somebody shared me how to make the best password. And even in my mom's house, we still have the Wi-Fi attached to the password that this person created. Thanks, everyone. Because it's actually pretty ingenious. All you do is substitute the 3 for the E and the 4 for the A. So Neptune cat. This is a marriage story. That's why Neptune want to talk about the marriage or divorce. I want them to live. Let's do it publicly, because this is the methodology to end acute biological warning. This hospital is messed up. Because these people, I do care for myself, have been doing this methodology people around me forever, and they've never changed it. It's literally the same for 20 years. It's not enough if you're number one hospital, correct? All right, as soon as I get through the paper trail, everything will be okay. And I have to now get ready for a board of directors meeting, which I'm not a part of, I don't think. Let's see if they email me back. And we'll visit the office, because I need to start working out again. That means I have to be near that office. And that's when I started going online to record, to sign up for the gym. And why my student who I walked with, oh my goodness, you had no idea what you were doing for me. My voice sounds like your voice. What do you think advocacy is? And then when you pay to have the college entrance. Okay, well, I don't need people to believe me. Together and no one the student told me. And that's why it's like, what are you not getting here? I don't need to believe you. I already spoke to the student, and they told me everything. So their voices, and why I have to let go of this project 100%. But I will put it up on the internet, and I will share to people. Share and tell people, you don't have my attention anymore. You had it, and now it's gone, because it's fleeting, and that's what education is. That's what life is. So take these opportunities, because I'm not the same person that I was before, thank God. I was gullible and patient and kind to everyone, no matter what, thinking they must be going through trauma to behave this way. And it's not true. So we'll adapt appropriately, and you get to see it live. All right. To the person that I started speaking to, you got me out of it because I need you to understand. Nah, it's okay. I don't need you to understand anything. I just need to start publicly sharing how to end PTSD because the doctors can't do it. The healthcare system stigmatizes. The language is really off. It blames the survivor victim. And yet this is a very real thing that everyone... Why are we paying for something that's not here? So why don't we all collectively paying for a full-time property manager and we pay you 4% interest every year? For the service, correct? I learned. And yet you hire your friends, correct? And you fired people in a way that was discriminatory, correct? Because you're discriminating against me, who can't read because you lied. I can read. In my voice, again, when I wrote, do we have a full-time property manager in Nate Smiley? Yes or no? Because right now he told me he manages 17 properties, so he's not here. It is 2 times I could not attend. It was because of the budget, yet again. So let's talk about the money. And while we're at it, let's talk about sex, the students who literally said, those are the things I found to be teachers who called them big part of predatory. Now that I've identified that, it's not counted. It's not LA. It's not that individual who really isn't into music and yet pretends to. And how do you know? No, you just asked one follow-up question. Well, which is your favorite album? Or did you listen to this album? Do you remember where you were? Saw something that I was really into. I do. And pretend. When was the last time you saw them live? Into it. I remember. Don't pretend like because I was there and my body will not forget you. And that's the slow realization of recognizing I will lose all my words. I will lose everything just to be able to get through my house. And if it's supposed to come back again, it will. But I'm planting the seed because I am moving. And the words from the annual meeting were, we all have the original owners. What are you talking about? We do not. The whole reason why I joined the board was when a couple said to me, we are leaving because of the theft. And I said, okay, I'll look into that. So yeah, when you just flat out lie, keep lying. It's amazing. They just double down. So I got my voice back today. I got to email back today. I'll be at the property management office today. I'll record it. And I'll share it because they did tell me, they did mention the discrimination case. And I said, okay, fine. Sounds good. I thought this was private. You wrote to me that this was only going to be done between lawyers. So sounds good. You just said it. And you also mocked and threatened me. And you do it because you know I'm fearful and have a condition with my nerves that doesn't enable me to speak when they're elevated. Because you've heard it from the very beginning. No. Can we get the passcode off the meeting that has a code on it? You guys added a passcode to it. So what's the passcode? Can we remove it? I have a lot of questions and I'm going to answer all of them. Thank you. Also, I have a screenshot of Nate Smiley telling me that he deals with 17 properties. So he's not here and that's why nobody could find him. So we're paying you for full-time management and we're not getting that, are we? So could you put that up on the screen for me, property manager, right now? Should I say her name? Can I say her name? I don't know. I don't care. Can we put that on the screen? Because we know we can do that. Because that happened in the February 3rd meeting when I showed you that there's no cleaning going on in the gym. How could there possibly be cleaning going on in the gym? Seriously. And also the drug use. That's in your policy. But you're okay with it? People coming to work high? Just saying. It's in your policy. Do you want to revisit it or not? Because I'm ready to shaka-la-la. Because I am ready to share. I don't know what the heck that was. I listen to myself and I think, wow. Either my brain can't catch up with my mouth because my face is full of nerve pain damage, or I'm doing something really cool here. And it's basically saying, embrace your difference. I love myself. And that way I cannot be upset with the violence. In fact, someone came into my house with the worst intentions. Oh my goodness. Oh, right. Not that hard. And, if you don't want a marriage to work, then you should not be married. David, should we revisit that conversation? Because the last thing you said, lesson, sessions, and confessions is completely created by that. Leave the cat. I'll send you everything you want. I'll send it to you. Wherever you end up. Get out of my house. And this is what this person did. Duh. All right, written in a new way. Why?
because it's super heightened visual. It's physical, audio, tactile. I can even fucking smell it. So yeah, how do I get rid of this? I don't know. But I think there is a way to say, don't talk to me. Don't force me to keep talking about it. That's what I learned with doctors when I'm like, done. Why don't you read the notes? Why do I have to keep explaining? Today I start my podcast again, brought to you by the board of directors and the building group. Because I'm just responding to the fact that I don't even know if I'm on the board. I didn't think I was, and I was really happy. But now I think I am, and I was. And now there's a vacancy, or not, or they can just confirm. Someone else is off the board. Am I on the board or not? I don't even know. And that's why. The school wanted people disconnected. The hospital wants you disconnected. They say, don't talk to anyone.
So it's happened
But
3
I said,
times
well,
now.
if people talk to me,
I
I'm a
will
rule
pick
follower.
up the
But when
tickets
people talk
again.
to me, the first thing they said
as
was,
I start to
warning.
talk about house.
And that goes all the way
to
back.
that, and why I never lived with the person I was
am being
engaged
specific
to
about
until
who
we were
said that.
engaged.
Because all of my
And why
relationships
the last
will be
words
blended.
See, I already said this, but I'm saying it again.
Layered,
so I
my
made
intention
all
is
these
not to
places
identify
online to just
anyone.
get rid of the trauma.
But I will get these
You'll
triggers
hear it,
out
and if you
because
hear,
they've
oh,
been
she
with me
already
for a
said
very
that,
long
just
time
well,
and
that's
help me make
quantity,
decisions
and then
like
duration
stay
is how long
away
it
from
lasts.
me.
Intensity is the intensity in the moment that affects your body and biological. I don't want to have a heart attack, okay? And then severity, how long does it linger for? And why I don't accept any of the severity, intensity, duration. I do accept the quantity though. And why we have to do it faster for people. Thanks for listening. This is Smarty MC with the Smarter Than Trauma. I'm pretty sure this is, well, it started out as an email draft, a memo I was going to send to one of the board members because I'm going to say, listen, this is for your benefit to understand that my voice is so much better. Do you remember what I sent you before? I could barely talk, but they're not getting it. So why even try privately? Instead, let's share publicly. All right, and my voice, there's a family out there who never heard it because I was being so strong, and why I am so grateful for my student who kind of stutters a little bit because, you know what, not a student, a person I know. There's this person I know that stutters, has a little bit of a speech disorder, and it wasn't until them that I realized I can share this. So they never heard my voice, all they heard was the fast, sparking, talking. And why I do say that was the adrenaline. So when you hear the difference, you're going to be like, wow, I had no idea. Except we didn't make it because you wrote his college entrance exam and asked me, did that bother me? So yes, it did. Are you kidding me? I'm a teacher. And now this is tit for tat because you all just help each other out. Like with the concert tickets. That's fine. But maybe a little more gratitude and don't run. And if you tell somebody we all stick together and no one's going to believe you, you don't know what other triggers are going to pop up. All right. This is season, I don't remember. I'm trying to do a deadline with numbers. So I need to know how much more I have to talk to meet my deadline. Because I need to get numbers and dates back in order to be successful. I don't have to read. I gave up reading. It's fine. People can read to me. I don't have to read anymore, but I do have to work with numbers because that's where people really take advantage of you. Okay. Thanks, everyone. And the next bit will be just a little bit of noise to get rid of some media. I don't know what is out there, but I do know once it's gone, it's gone. So in the moment, stay here with me and let's end trauma because it's a dialogue, not a monologue. All right. Thanks, everyone. I'm losing my old voice of advocacy. I don't hear it anymore. And that's the voice with that one person. Because like I said, with politics and policy, they go together. And that's why we'd watch politics together all of a sudden. You switched it. You realize, oh, I should be watching politics with her. But by the time you did that, it was really too late. Because you had already showed me that you're someone who can't be trusted, and I can't keep living in fantasy la land thinking, oh, he gets it. Nope, I'd rather just have explicit, clear communication. And that's what I told you from the very beginning. All right? Know yourself so you know what you can manage and not manage. And I think I can manage being able to tell this story about how cities and countries can come together to end trauma. Why? Because you create the people, and one person can do quite a bit. That's what I believe, because that's what I was told. And so, yes, those voices did stick.
All right,
What is
well,
going on?
I let everything out, so
Just spilled.
I go back and see if I can remember one thing that I shared in writing or in audio after
with the work they were doing and the impact that their companies
So that's what I'm saying. They're the fucking stress.
about
Sorry, the
themselves.
stress and trauma
It's
is
important to be close to
beneficial.
yours
So, as I said, people pop up all the time.
and that you know you're not
They
in
start to recognize I am doing better, and they want to catch up and
It seemed to us
making
in our
decisions
lifetimes
to
from 1970 to 2014,
change
the companies
myself
were getting
completely
bigger.
to be more resilient against some of this confusion stuff. Because I said everyone will take advantage, and why I know you won't do that. So I'm going to take you out of your misery, and the issue is I have to start doing my thing too. So I'm going to get really busy, as I said to you. I was, and we don't have scheduled routine, and I lost days and numbers and time. So I didn't expect all of that to happen at once, but that is trauma. And like I said, I'm doing a lot more, believe it or not. And I am podcasting, so why it's better if we are not together, because then I can share openly. And you don't have to be attached to crazy, and that's what it comes down to. So you can't consent to it unless you understand what I'm doing. And it is crazy. So that's not fair, and I always figure it out. So I hope you listen to this. I hope it makes sense, and it's okay if it doesn't. But let me know as soon as possible, because like I said, I really have to get stuff done. And I asked you not to Google me, and you did. And I'm really trying to believe the stuff you say after that, but it's not working. Because it's true, the first response. The first response you give someone often sticks. And that's why I tried to remove it so much. I promise I tried to do it, but it didn't work. So, hey, I thought this would happen with the other thing. So, strangely, I just didn't predict this part. So, it's helpful to know. Careful, the thing you think that will be the worst might not be the worst. So, like everything in life, it actually just helps me make sense of how to help others to figure out these things, because nobody wants to go through it. One time can really take you under. So, all right. I don't remember what I said in the beginning, so it's really severe. How many minutes is this? This was 3 minutes? So yeah, it's all just knowledge. It's getting worse. And it's not just being able to get out of my house. It's feeling safe. That's right. It's a safety thing. Enough for me to know I never wanted to go back. But this is when I was still talking.